First of all, we would like to thank all of you for being here today to help celebrate the marriage of Jenna and Jacob. Woo! And a special thanks to all of you who traveled from out of state to be here today. We know what a commitment that is, and we certainly appreciate it. A couple of months ago, Jess, our amazing maid of honor, where are you, Jess? She reached out to me to let me know she was making a bride book for Jenna. For those of you who don't know, I didn't know, a bride book is a compilation of letters and photos from friends and family given to the bride on the morning of her wedding. So I needed to get pictures together, and I wanted some older ones, so I went to the old picture tub in the closet, and I opened it up, and the first thing I saw was my old journal from when the kids were young in their very early years. And when I opened that up, the first thing I saw was all of the artwork from baby Jenna. From the moment that Jenna could hold a pen, a pencil, a marker, a crayon, it was game on. Our home became her canvas. She regularly wrote on walls, floors, and couches. I remember at one point saying, Jenna, when you grow up, Dad and I are going to come to your house and write on your walls. And I forgot about it. But next time we come to Virginia, Jake and Jenna, I'm coming for your walls. Jenna gets her artistic talents from her dad and from her Grandma Gail. All three of them are amazing artists that have brought so much beauty into our lives. I have learned that artists are a complicated breed. It's pretty well known that artists can sometimes be moody, and at least the artists in my family can sometimes be just a bit controlling. The good news is, Jake, while it's taken me a very long time to do this, I do have these two things figured out and fully managed. We will talk. I got you. Another thing about Jenna is she has a bit of a quirky sense of humor. I'm pretty sure that Jake is one of the first guys to go through a Starbucks drive-thru and order a pinkety drinkety to a giggling Jenna sitting next to him. Jenna also regularly makes up songs for her dog Nala. Each and every one of these songs is ridiculous and annoying. She once told me that her goal is that if she sings it enough, that Jake will sing it too. And I know I've seen at least one video that Jake clearly had the Good Morning Nala song stuck in his head. So, in honor of Jenna's quirky sense of humor, I want to share from the journal. This is from April of 1999 when Jenna was 2.5. The three of us went to Home Depot today. Jenna and I were sitting on a swing while Dad was talking to one of the workers. I finally decided we'd been sitting there long enough and it was time to go find Dad. He was nowhere to be found. So I grabbed Jenna and said, okay, we need to go find your dad. He ditched us. So we walk up and down the aisles looking for him. Finally, we see him at the opposite end of an aisle talking to one of the workers. And Jenna yells, hey, Dad, don't bitch us. Do you remember that day, Bob?
I do remember. I had promised I'd never bitch him again. But, as a new father, I really want to be involved in Jenna's life as much as possible. And everything from teaching her to ride a bike to reading. And, when she started first grade, I wanted to be involved in school as well. Jenna was born on September the 4th, and to start first grade in our school district, you needed to be 5 years old by September the 1st. And that date was not negotiable, as Mrs. Edwards found out. So when Jenna started school, she was the oldest in her class. She had a great first grade teacher, Mrs. Gucher, and I think it worked out well. And I remember the first parent-teacher conference. We get to go in and see the school and walk the halls, and a few of the parents that we knew that had kids there, and went in the classroom and You see the desks, and all the kids have their names on their desk, and a little questionnaire. You know, what's your favorite color, your favorite cartoon, what's your favorite song? You have brothers and sisters, you have pets, you know, the simple, usual stuff. And it was fun to walk around and read all the answers on the kids' desk, especially if you knew them. And we got to Jenna's desk, and, you know, I knew her favorite color was purple, and I knew her favorite cartoon was Scooby-Doo. But what I didn't know is that her favorite Shania Twain song was Man, I Feel Like a Woman. But she was the oldest in her class, so maybe she knew. Not too long after that, I got a call from Dr. Dewing, the principal. Maybe some of you in here remember Dr. Dewing. Calls me up, Mr. Edwards, nothing to worry about. If you get a chance, I'd like you to come in. We could have a quick chat about Jenna. My favorite subject, no problem. So I dropped Jenna off in the mornings anyhow, and I'd make arrangements to go in and park the car, and I went in, and I go in the office. There's a nice lady, Jackie, at the front. She takes me back, and, you know, I realized I hadn't been at a principal's office in a long time, right? So I got a little bit of the jitters, but I'm headed back there, and I'm in Dewing's office. So he's sitting at the desk there, and got a chair across from him, and he motions for me to sit down. And I sit there, and we make a little small chat, and finally he says to me, you know, Mr. Edwards, I just want to let you know, Jenna came to me about a week or two ago, and she had this idea for a fundraiser. And he said, I tell her the same thing I tell all the kids. It's a great idea. Put the plan together. Tell me what parents are going to be involved, how you're going to raise the money, where the funds are going to go, who's going to participate, and where it's going to be. And he says, generally, that's the last time I hear from him. But not Jenna. He says, not only did she come back to me with a plan, he said it was actually pretty good. And so we chuckled for a second, and he leans forward, takes off his glasses, and he looks at me, and he says, Mr. Edwards, I might advise you to buckle up, because I believe you are in for a wild ride. And he was pretty close to right, but I wouldn't have missed it for anything, and now it's your turn.
Everyone, please raise your glass and join us in a toast. They say that love is not a feeling, it's an action. Jenna and Jake have demonstrated their love through not just their words, but through their actions, their sacrifice, and their support for each other. So to Jenna and Jake, may your love continue to blossom, may your bond continue to strengthen, and may your lives be filled with happiness and laughter. Cheers.
Cheers.